All right, Mr. Clown.
Oh.
Is there a reason you got a clown mask on?
Can I help you?
To be honest, mate, the ominous laughing is slightly disconcerting. What's going on?
Why are you in my abode?
Got to speak up, Mr. Clown Man.
Why are you in my abode?
Abode? Fuck me, that's a fancy word to come out of your lips. I wasn't aware this was your abode.
Oh, it's just me, dude.
I know it's just you. I just thought I'd go along with the whole
What do you
clown
mean
thing.
you know it, me, bro? God damn, dude. I thought this was a good costume, dude.
Yeah, but it's the tattoo on your arm. You've got a very distinct silhouette and your, height and body shape. You know what I mean? It's
Yo, that's fucked up, bro.
what?
All right. So, it's hella serious, by the way.
Yeah, I'm getting that from the clown mask.
All right. So, what you know about the whole, like, Tony situation?
I know that him and Rosa were spending more time together than they should. I know that Kay wasn't very happy with that. Beyond that, I don't really know a whole great deal.
Okay. All right. So, this kind of for your ears only, even though
I
the
assume
information...
anything you tell me, by the way, is for my ears only, just so you know.
All right, where we're... Okay. So, you're probably going to hear about this anyway for reasons. Hold on one second. You having trouble right now?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Define trouble.
Your eyes might be having some issues.
No? Wait, are you telling me I'm having trouble? You were asking me if I'm having trouble.
Oh, wait. Give me one sec. Wait, is Twitch down? Chat, type 1 in chat. Oh, Twitch just fucking ripped. All right. All right. All right. You're probably going to hear this from some people. We killed Tony last night.
Dead, or,
As far as we know.
Okay. Interesting.
So we got Tony to stab her. And this kind of like, I ain't going to go into all the detail because, I don't know how much of that is supposed to be like family matters and whatnot.
Yeah.
However, here's the thing. When we went and picked out Tony, Shamu was with him. And we let Shamu go because we kind of figure like, okay, Shamu kind of working with us, all that kind of stuff. And he ended up snitching that we kidnapped Tony, and he probably going to be out there telling people that we killed Tony. Did I say Rosa stabbed Tony or Tony stabbed Rosa?
You said Tony stabbed Rosa.
Oh, no. Yeah, no. Rosa stabbed Tony. They were kind of like giving a choice. Like they had to pull out their knives and like make a choice there. Mm-hmm. So Rosa stabbed him, and then she got on a whole like, yo, you guys aren't my family anymore. Like TLDR, she clearly was still in love with him, even though that was pretty obvious. But that was like in front of everybody, like, yo, fuck you, I love this dude. So where that kind of leave everything is Rosa might need to be watched.
Okay.
Shamu, we already know is out there snitching because we got word from like separate people asking about what happened to Tony and asking us about it. Right?
Well, I've got some information for you on Shamu that I tried to get to Kay yesterday, but I now know why he wasn't answering the phone because you were busy.
Yeah.
So if you remember when you were doing the interviews at the cigar lounge, you had Shamu was sort of helping conduct everything, right? Organize the queue, that sort of thing. Clearly trying to get very close with you and Rami. Remember that?
Yeah. Wait, Shamu was?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. During the whole
Yeah. He was like almost helping conduct, organize the next interview and who was coming up, that sort of thing. Right. When that was done, he went and stood, he said, on guard duty outside the front doors downstairs, right? And they were locked. Obviously, the business wasn't up and running. He went and stood there. He stood there for about 8 hours. Now, whenever I drove past, he was still there, and I thought, it's fucking weird. So I stopped at one point and said, look, mate, what are you doing? He went, I'm doing guard duty. I want to really impress Rami. I was like, okay, fair enough. Do you want any food or drink? Nah, he's fine. I left it. Now, when you were having meetings up there for the whole day near enough, I went and stood where Shamu was standing. And in the exact spot he was standing, he could overhear anything that you and Rami discussed upstairs. And I mean anything. On top of that, over the weekend,
we heard everything?
Yeah. The spot he was stood in, you can overhear any conversation from that office. And at the time, I thought maybe he is just trying to impress you. But I thought when he left, I thought, I'm going to go and stand in that spot and see if anything else was going on.
Yeah.
And you and Rami were upstairs, and I could hear you. I thought that's what that fucker was doing. He wasn't fucking anything.
So it wasn't like he was. Oh shit! So it wasn't like a random position. It was like he was very intentionally, sitting under like a vent, or something.
I think one of the windows was slightly open from down there. You could hear.
What the fuck?
Yeah, but like a meter either side couldn't hear. But where he stood, perfectly, you could hear.
No.
Yeah, mate. Now, on top of that, over the weekend, I went to the Golden Pub, to get a bit of food. And I get told by some guy I've never met before, sorry, mate, pub's closed. It's a private meeting. A private meeting in a pub? I said, well, I work here, mate. They went, I don't give a shit. It's a private meeting right now between Tony and Shamu. And I looked through the window, and they both were stood behind the bar. And I thought, that's a strange place to stand behind the bar. And then I realized if they stood behind the bar, it doesn't matter where you go in the building on the outside, you cannot overhear them, right? They had that meeting for 45 minutes.
What the fuck?
Yeah. So it isn't just a case that Shamu's a fucking snitch, mate. Shamu has been working for Tony from day dot and has been doing his best to get in with you and Rami, and anything he overheard went straight back to Tony.
Yo, man. Yo, fuck, dude. I always knew that motherfucker was a rat, dude. It just pissed me the fuck off, cause like, I don't know, dude. It's just like, it's so crazy, bro. Damn, y'all. I knew that shit for weeks, bro. I fucking called that motherfucker out like 6 weeks ago or something like that. The moment he switched it up on everybody, bro. I mean, a little bit of background, right? Because this might help you with your, like, looking into things. But, like, this dude, right? We, like, new in the city, whatever. I meet this fat fuck. And he, like, hanging out with some of the CG guys. All right, that cool, right? They know this dude. I don't know where he from, who he is, whatever. Like, everybody got their friends. And then we didn't hang out with that dude, like, for, I don't even mean a minute. We didn't hang out with him for a couple hours, like the next day or that evening. And now, all of a sudden, like, I got into a car accident with him, and this motherfucker hop out and start holding us up. I'm like, bruh, why is you doing this? Like, what the fuck? Like, you homies with my boy. And it's like, no, you didn't hang out with us, blah, 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 blah. So this dude was, like, flopping from CG to like, the fucking, the ballers to whoever he could hang out with for that day. And his loyalty was, like, all over the place. You know what I'm saying? And I don't mean, like, gang loyalty. I mean, even at, like, a friend level, bro. But, you know, we kept, like, people kept out making excuses, like, you know, oh, he only snitch on himself. Oh, he just kind of do some goofy shit. Always all this kind of bullshit. But like nobody I ever met switch up like that. You know what I mean?
Well, he was switching up, mate, because he wasn't really switching up. He was just fucking working for Tony the whole fucking time. So he was out there getting whatever information he could on any other gang out there.
Damn, y'all. Yo, that is fucked up, bruh. I don't know how much he know. Obviously, he know a decent amount. I mean, at least enough that, you know, fuck.
I know bits, mate. I know bits and bobs. But I mean, I'll be honest with you. I think it was at the weekend, or maybe it was Friday, but where Kay basically said he never wanted to hear the name Tony fucking mentioned to him ever fucking again, and anyone doing anything to do with him was to stop immediately. And I said to Kay, look, do you want me to keep looking into the guy, or do you want me to leave it? And Kay said, fucking leave it. Now, between me and you know, obviously I haven't fucking done any business with the man, nor will I, but I didn't stop looking into him because, in my opinion, someone like that, as connected as he is, as powerful as he is, you want that information when you need it, not retrospectively.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I've got a little dossier on the guy. And I mean, he's got his fingers and pies in fucking just about anything and everything. I mean, he near enough owns all the guards in prison, which is how he was able to pick up fucking Slim the minute he got out of prison, because one of the guards phoned up Paulie, one of Tony's muscle, and got him collected the minute he walked out. So he's got that. He's got the pub. He's got business partners with Jay, who also runs Venture Enterprises. He's got Vinny the lawyer. He's got Liz, who runs a lot of the shadier business side of stuff. He's ex-cartel, currently in the process of building a new cartel.
Tony,
yeah. Tony's ex-cartel. And he's currently building a new one.
what the fuck, though?
Yeah, before he was police, he was cartel.
How the fuck did a guy that was in the cartel become commissioner, bro? Shit, that corrupt?
I mean, we know he was corrupt. I mean, you know, let's be honest. The day he handed his fucking badge in, he was doing all sorts of shit. I mean, you don't jump that quickly from one to the other if there was no jump in the first place. You were just fucking dodging the entire fucking time.
What the fuck, bro?
Yeah, fucked, innit?
All right. Yo, that's motherfucking crazy, dude.
Yeah, so he's corrupt as fuck. He remains corrupt as fuck. And between me and you, I know you said he's fucking dead. Unless you've been presented with a death certificate pinned to his fucking body, that motherfucker ain't dead.
It make me question everything, too. Like, we heard FDF dead, right? Are they, though? Even Tony did? Did Tony actually kill the people in FDF? That I kinds of believe, because I know damn well that Tony and Rosa were definitely, like, in love or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't no way she would have said all that wild shit unless she felt something for him like that. You know what I'm saying? To turn on her back on Earthing for what exactly?
I mean, people do the fucking weirdest shit for love, don't they?
So, this come right from Kay. He want to know more about the mills and more about what the fuck Shamu doing. I think
I'll be honest with you, mate. The way you find out more about Shamu, he's a two-faced piece of shit. And the way you get more information is you black bag the cunt, take him somewhere, and get information that way.
I mean, you say that, but like I dealt with motherfuckers like Shamu before. You know what I'm saying? I look, I only 19, but Tony my like 6th body this last 5 weeks. You know, like I had to grow up real quick. And that include having to interrogate motherfuckers. Shamu the kind of guy that got so much like tea spilling out his motherfucking belly, that he could spit up some bullshit, and we will know whether he lying out his ass or not. Know what I'm saying? I mean, think about it.
There's always ways of figuring that out. But I mean, there's more than one way of skinning the cat. But with Shamu, I mean, he's dodgy. He's loyal to Tony through and through. From everything I've been watching of the guy, he's easy to watch because he's, let's be honest, mate. You can't. There's only one of him. You know what I mean? You're not going to mistake him fucking in a busy place, are you?
Nah, you probably not. You ain't wrong about that. But what I meant more about Shamu is keeping an eye on. Like, I don't think, my personal opinion, with someone like Shamu, you let that motherfucker just keep doing whatever the fuck he doing, and anything you see him touching, you let him go and touch whoever he touching. Know what I'm saying? So if he, let's say, clicking up with someone else, then those motherfuckers sus. To anyone that he like are revolving around his ginormous ass, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But I think like going at him, it's just too much risk because he the type of dude that probably gonna snitch right away. You know what I'm saying? You'll go to him, just ask him a couple questions or looking wrong, he gonna go smidge. But so the Shamu, who he be around, like if you see him around with someone, I won't even track his ass, to be honest. The number 2 would be motherfucking, obviously the Mills. That we know about 4 of them. There was Tony, right, obviously, and then he had this sister called like Elizabeth, Reed, also known as Elizabeth Mill.
Yeah, that's Liz. Originally from Knightsbridge, she left London at age of 10 and been traveling internationally ever since.
Best my understanding was, she like carrying it on, the legacy. I could be wrong, but that's what it kind of sounded like yesterday. She was there when Rosa was forced to murk Tony. The next is this guy that a public defender. I don't know what the fuck his name is. Yeah, Billy the name.
Vinny, mate. Vinny. Vinny. Vinny.
Oh, his name Vinny?
Also from Knightsbridge. Honestly, when I met him and Liz for the first time, I thought they were related because they are so fucking similar.
Oh, shit. All right.
They're both from the same part of London. Both sound fucking identical. Very similar personalities. He is die-hard loyal to Tony. And despite being a lawyer, he made it very clear to me he will happily break the law if Tony says so.
And then another dude named Paulie. He was all over Twitter. Apparently he's some ball fuck. I never seen him myself.
He's the muscle. He's the one that picked Slim up outside prison and dragged him down to the swamp for a meeting between him, Carmella, and Tony. This was reference the Woodcock situation, which I'm going to assume you're aware of.
I know a bit about it. Let me hear it from you, cause like.
Okay, so Woodcock basically hired Slim to pick up and then take out Rosa. So Slim was picked up after his prison sentence so that we could get that information out of him as to who it was that had paid him to go after Rosa. And like a good petty criminal, all you got to do is hit him a few times like a piñata and out come the goods. And the goods were that it was all orchestrated by Woodcock.
And so tell me that, like Woodcock, I don't know who the fuck that dude is. I just know he that fat fuck.
Yeah, he's a fat fuck. The police department, I think the assistant chief of police is onto him. So I don't know how much longer he'll have a badge for.
And then what about like, where did he line up with the other dude? Whatever the fuck that guy name was. The one that was investigating us?
I don't know who was investigating you.
Fuck. What the fuck was his name, bro? He the one
Romanov?
that... Huh?
Romanov, the assistant chief?
Nah, one Romanov. It was... Fuck y'all. Hold on. I got a document with it.
Question: have you lot got anyone who wears a badge that you've got a business relationship with in terms of information sharing, anything like that?
Like, do we got an
someone-
inside person in the police?
Yeah, or someone you can blackmail.
I mean, we kinds of do, but like, I don't think we move like that.
Okay. The reason I ask is that there is currently an ongoing investigation into Tony being orchestrated by the assistant chief of police.
That I believe, and that because I was there when Tony stepped down. Oh, the guy name is Pike, by the way. Pike.
Okay, is that a detective or just an officer?
I assuming a detective. He the one that led like a lot of raid. So were you there when Tony stepped down?
What do you mean by stepped out?
Like, so Tony, I think this like 2 weeks ago, he held like some press conference, and like I was there, and you were there.
I tried to attend that, but for some reason that building was just too busy for me.
So what happened was, there was, whatchamacallit. So he went up there, and he pretty much said, "Yo, the police are all corrupt. Pike out there, like raiding all kinds of buildings. They don't even got like the reason to do it. All that kind of shit. All the cops are doing all kinds of wild shit." And all the police were so pissed, and that include Lizzie, the assistant chief or whatever. And so, like, I don't know. For everything I've heard and seen last couple of weeks, it sounds like a lot of motherfucking police. They're a lot of like politics. They're more politic with them than the gangs, bro, on the street. Like most of the gangs we run into, they got like motherfucking, how I put this, like they just like, you know what, I'm gonna keep my mouth closed. They ain't complicated like at all. You know, that's why I sometimes it feel like I'm a motherfucking 19-year-old prodigy genius motherfucker when it's just like some motherfuckers just that dumb. You know what I'm saying? Like, but with the police, they on some like crazy sly shit. You feel me? Like, is Pike working with a cop? Maybe they are, maybe they ain't. Maybe they like, I don't know.
Honestly, mate, I would assume at this point that the entire department is pretty much as corrupt as it could be. Now, I had a meeting up at, where was it? Up at the court center, right? Now, the purpose of that meeting was to try and get Woodcock alone so that he could get picked up, okay, and dealt with what he did to Rosa. Instead, he turned up with like 4 officers, including the assistant chief of police. Now, obviously, I had to fucking, come up with a story on my ass as to what that meeting was about because I suspected it was to pick up fucking Woodcock. So I told the assistant chief of police I had a load of photos that put Tony in a precarious position. And that's when she told me they've got an open investigation and they would pay a considerable amount of money for those photos, which tells me that they've got an investigation, but they don't have much evidence. Otherwise, why are they paying a lot of money for photos? But the fact is, you've got an assistant chief of police who's willing to put in the hands of a complete fucking stranger, me, a load of money for hopefully something that fucks over Tony. So even the assistant chief of police isn't exactly squeaky fucking clean.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, mate. So
it make you wonder what everyone's angle is.
Mate, everyone's fucking angle is fucking their own fucking zone future, innit? Plus, of course, let's be honest, Tony put a shitty light on the entire police force. So, of course, the assistant chief of police is going to want to fucking bring him down and make it... And it's good optics, innit? You're bringing down a corrupt fucking ex-commissioner. Looks good for the assistant chief of police, especially, with any potential promotions coming in.
Well, here's something else that you might want to know. That Pike dude, he was working with FDF. I know that this might have been a little bit before your time. We're about like 4 weeks back, something like that. And it was Tony that supposedly murked the FDF when they raided him. Whereas Pike was trying to get info on us from FDF. And he was like helping letting them go. So it almost like some of the police working with some different group. Like, it's almost like different crews got their own little crew in the PD and they work. You know what I'm saying? Like, everyone's got their little
I know what you're
inside.
saying. And that's why I was asking if you lot, given, how far-reaching CG is, if you had someone in the police force who either through money, bribery or something else was feeding you info. Because if you don't have that,
I get a little bit from time to time.
I mean, having someone in there would be a massive fucking help for a lot of reasons.
Yeah,
For example,
I mean, that what got Rosa fucked, though.
No, I'm not talking about fucking a romantic fucking interest, right? I'm talking about having someone who feeds information. I'm not talking about even necessarily a two-way avenue here, because one of my hardest rules in the fucking world is I do not fucking snitch, not for love nor money.
No, you right about that, but what I'm saying, though, is that what Rosa was supposed to be? Right?
Yeah, and that evidently didn't go very well, did it?
And she ain't the first one either. So I guess what I'm saying is I get what you saying, and I ain't even saying that what you saying made sense, but like I just don't think Kay want to move us to move like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, but you can't argue at a time like this. For example, Tony's dead, allegedly, right? Who would know if someone was dead or not? Government entities. Police. So he's apparently dead. If you were a copper, ask the copper, is there a death certificate? Yes or no? Is there a body in a morgue right now? Yes or no? If the answer's no, he ain't fucking dead. Death gives people a certain freedom, doesn't it, to vanish off into the shadows and start planning stuff without anyone realizing it's being planned. Because if he got stabbed up last night at the behest of Kay or whoever else, my money is in he is off somewhere planning how to get back at the rest of you. And he strikes me as someone who would very happily hand over information to the police to let them do his dirty work.
I fuck with you on that, but I think that a conversation you're gonna have with Kay. Right now, it's kind of like I think like we're gonna be on a back foot for a while where it's kind of like there's no desire for like a Rosa 2.0 kind of thing situation.
No, I don't think there was any desire for a Rosa 1.0.
Yeah, that's true. What else do I want to say? This Pike guy apparently will also working with Shamu. The reason I mention that is because I feel like part of this entire thing is figuring out what is going on inside the PD. Now, I could catch some of that. Look, I got a little birdie in the police force that tell me things from time to time. I don't speak too much about it, mostly because I don't expect everybody to like understand how that relationship work exactly. Cause like I'm getting something out of it and I ain't giving shit. You feel me? But I don't know. It ain't also a relationship where I necessarily ask questions. So, but I think you're right. If someone are able to tell us like who's working with who, how those, like who to be worried about within the PD, who working with what, I think that could help us work quite a bit on a lot of things.
And speaking on that note, because the police department are sloppy fuckers, they either got clued in to where your safe house used to be, or someone told them where it used to be. Because for the last 2 days, there have been sheriffs trying to stake out that exact corner of Grapeseed.
Well, you know about Rogue MC, right?
Which bit about them? The fact that they're snitches, or there was a snitch in there?
Yeah. They snitched our shit out.
Okay. Well, evidently the police are very slow to react to information, because it's only the last few days they've been staking that out.
Nah. It was that there might have been while you were gone for a day or two, but nah, that guy is how we lost our storefront. Not storefront, our motherfucking like gang warehouse. Remember when you came through and you had to go do the codes and shit?
Yeah, no, I remember doing all that. I'm just letting you know that they are still staking it out. I'm also going to let you know that someone else is now using that same building as a warehouse.
Wait, what?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
The one across from the gas station?
Yep.
What the fuck, dude?
Yeah, mate. Yeah. I was driving through, I'd received information from my little birdies that police were staking at a certain time. I drove around a bit, make sure there was no police around. I thought, look, you know what, I'm going to go and fucking check the fucking building. I've combusted into it before. When it checked it all out, mate, brand new locks on the door.
Yo, you good still?
Yeah. What do you mean?
All right. You kind of like.
Oh, was it my voice going a bit funny? Was it?
Yeah, the air was kind of like holding up a bit.
Yeah, it's something in the air tonight, mate. I don't know what it is. You know what I mean? It's been an odd one. But yeah. So that your old location is now someone else's new location, and you know the Grapeseed docks. Do you know what I'm talking about when I say that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where
You know that little
with the boat thing, like little
yeah, the
rental
boat
or
thing,
something.
yeah. Yeah. And you know how there's quite a few sort of like rusty sort of warehouses down there, around the docks. Yeah. In the last 2 days, there have been enormous amounts of movement at that location in
Like
terms
by
of.
police or by random people?
No, mate. There's fucking 5 warehouses there.
What the fuck?
Yeah, and people are starting to get sloppy. I went down there the other day. Someone parked their fucking brand new fucking speed bike right outside the door, left the engine on. Someone else had reversed their van right up, left the engine on, left the wheels at a fucking insane angle so that it was evident it had been reversed in right by another door. And then another group fucking drove in there wearing clown masks like yours to another warehouse.
Yeah, that ain't good. Because the thing is, at that point, it ain't even about how we move, it's about how they move. Because at that point, if they're heat, they're going to be watched anyway.
Yeah, and then there's another group. Only way they get in there is they go in and out by a boat. So they get a boat from elsewhere on the lake, and they drive it up to that dock, go to their warehouse, back out again. I mean, when I was there the other day, there was the van and the fucking bike. They were parked outside different warehouses at the same time. So there were 2 groups at the same time.
Bro, what the
both at their
fuck?
warehouses. Just fucking sloppy, innit?
I mean, it kind of go back to what I was saying. Like, there's a lot of crew that, as much as I didn't fuck with FDF on a lot of things, at least there was like, at least they weren't, I don't know how to put this. A lot of people just don't give a fuck. You know,
that's the biggest problem, mate. Is you're absolutely right. A lot of them do not give a flying fuck. They get caught, they don't give a shit. It's mental. I don't understand it personally, but I don't know if until I say this, mate. 'Cause I know you're in 19, but it's the generation. You know what I mean?
yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's a generational thing. I think they're just like, I don't know. Like, I mean, they get weeded out real quick anyway. I mean, you move that quick, you're probably gonna get your shit raided, and that they know you in jail forever, dude. All right. But Soloman, anything else come up, I'm gonna give you a holler. I gotta take care of something after tsunami. But like I said, I think the mills is like top priority. Kind of keeping an eye on who Shamu might talk to, and then probably outside of that, I think those are the big ones. And then yeah, 2 names, Matt McLeod and Hawk Khan. They're Lynx's old guys. We're trying to find out who they is, where they at nowadays.
So one's Matt, who's the other one?
Hawk Khan.
Know that for? Know that for me, mate?
I can here, let me write it down. Piece of paper.
I appreciate you.
Yeah.
These are Mr. and Mrs. Bucket Hat, right?
It might be.
Okay.
Yeah, that right, Ashley. Yeah, they look like they got their clothes from like the Goodwill store or something like that.
Yeah. I think I know what you're talking about. Wear football jerseys, bucket hats, the whole,
Yeah.
the usual uniform. Yeah, no worries, mate. No worries. I'm going to prioritize this Mills situation for now. I think that's going to be the one that, if anything's going to happen in the near future, it's going to be them, given what may or may not have taken place last night.
All right, I'm gonna get out of here. Y'all appreciate you,
No worries, mate. No worries. Anything else comes up, you know the call.
Yeah.